In the freezing mud of an Italian battlefield, a 500-pound soldier hoisted artillery shells with bare paws. His military ID photo shows a Syrian brown bear wearing a corporal's uniform. This is not propaganda, this is not a children's fable. Meet Wojciech, the orphaned bear cub, who became the only animal in WWII, formally enlisted as a soldier, whose journey from Persian mountains to Nazi fortresses exposes war's absurdity and the desperate humanity clinging to hope in hell. Welcome to Epoch Unleashed, the channel that drags history out of dusty textbooks and shoves it in your face with brutal honesty. Here we strip away propaganda and myths, presenting raw facts and deep insights to challenge accepted narratives and confront forgotten controversies with relentless clarity. When Polish refugees fleeing Siberian gulags stumbled upon a whimpering ball of fur at an Iranian railroad station in 1942, they faced an impossible choice: leave the starving cub to die or adopt a growing predator as their mascot. But Wojciech wasn't just a pet. As the Anders army marched through deserts and refugee camps, the bear became a living rebellion against dehumanization, a symbol of resilience for soldiers stripped of homeland and dignity. By the time they reached Egypt, Wojciech could salute on command, wrestle drunk privates, and steal showers from indignant officers, but survival demanded more than morale boosts. To board the troop ship to Italy, the bear needed official enlistment papers, a bureaucratic loophole that made Private Wojciech an ammunition carrier in the 22nd Artillery Supply Company. Imagine the stench of diesel and sweat as the LST-383 unloaded at Monte Cassino, the Allied meat grinder, where German snipers picked off men like target practice. While historians fixate on generals and geopolitics, the real story unfolded in the mud. Wojciech learned to stack crates without breaking shells, standing upright on hind legs as mortars screamed overhead. Soldiers swore he mimicked their cigarette habits, blowing imaginary smoke rings between reloads, but this was no circus act. Each 100-pound shell he carried freed a soldier to fight, a calculation that turned a mascot into a strategic asset. When a terrified new recruit froze during a barrage, legend claims Corporal Wojciech dragged him to cover, growling at incoming planes. Truth or myth? The Polish survivors who rebuilt their lives in Scotland after the war carried one unshakable creed: asterisk, he fought beside us. He was one of us. Asterisk, here's what schoolbooks ignore. Wojciech's greatest battle began after the guns fell silent. As exiled Poles faced hostility in Britain, their bear became a political pawn. Scottish farmers accused him of terrorizing livestock. Bureaucrats demanded he be caged. But when veterans smuggled him into an Edinburgh zoo rather than abandon him, Wojciech transformed again, a shaggy diplomat drawing crowds who'd never heard of Poland's wartime sacrifices. Children's laughter echoed as he waved at visitors, but keepers noted he perked up most at Polish accents, saluting old comrades who came to whisper wartime secrets. What does it mean that a bear became the last standard bearer for a forgotten army? At the height of the Cold War, as Stalin erased Poland's WWII legacy, Wojciech's veterans scratched his artillery silhouette onto memorials the Soviets couldn't censor. Today, statues from Krakow to Edinburgh show him not as a beast but as a soldier, forever mid-stride with a shell in his paws. But think deeper. Does celebrating Wojciech let us off the hook for how we treat human veterans, or does his legend force us to ask why compassion so often emerges in shadows, only to be buried by official histories? The next time someone claims war is only about strategies and statistics, remember the bear who outranked half his unit. Remember the soldiers who traded rations to feed a growing cub rather than lose their last shred of tenderness. And ask yourself, in a world still addicted to conflict, what unexpected alliances might we be overlooking right now, in the rubble of our own divisions?